Hi everybody, welcome to another one of our awesome tech videos. I am Paige Libbert. I'm one of the consumer technology specialists here at Mid-Continent Public Library, and today I'm going to do a pretty short introduction to Access Video on Demand, which is one of our awesome resources. So what you're going to need, you will need a computer or a mobile device. There's not an app that you get to use, but you can always access stuff on the browser on your phones. You'll also need an internet connection. This can be wired, wireless, mobile data, hotspots, and then you're going to need your library account information. So that'll be your access pass and your PIN. Your PIN is your 8-digit birthday. And if you're planning to use one of the library's computers to access this resource, you'll also need that information to log in. And you'll need a pair of headphones so that you can watch and listen to these videos and not disturb anybody else. Okay. And so with that, we are going to go look at the resource. So here we are. This is the Mid-Continent Public Library's main website, and so I'm going to show you how to actually find Access Video on Demand. My preference to get there, I usually use the Research and Learning tab, so I'm going to click on that. And then from here, there's several different ways to get to it. For today, I'm going to use the A to Z list, just because it's going to be close to the top. But you can do the browse subjects and find all kinds of spots where it is kind of tucked in there because it's useful for a lot of things. So I'm just scrolling down a little bit on the A section here to get to Access Video on Demand. Just going to click, let it load up here for a second. And so here we are. We are in. Depending on the network that you are logged into, you may or may not have to input your library card just so that it knows that you are who you say you are. So just kind of be ready for that. But this is it. This is the home screen for Access Video on Demand. There's a couple of different things I want to point out as we go through here. So the first thing is over here on the far left, the little hamburger menu or the 3 lines. If you click on that, that is a way to kind of search for a variety of things. So you can get the subjects, and they do have a view all. There are a lot of subjects for you to choose from, some popular categories and some featured producers. So you're going to find things like Modern Marvels, which may be a familiar TV series for you. That's also where you're going to find HBO, BBC, there's NBC News, and a bunch of other things. Then over here on the far right, there's a calendar. So usually it's going to kind of update you if new stuff is popping into the resource. And then Just for Kids. So Just for Kids Access Video is quite literally a kid's version of this. There are lots and lots of videos and short clips that are, kid-centric. So here we go. Right in the center of the screen, you have your search. You can search for whatever you want to. Access Video on Demand does tend to be a lot more education-based or educational. So you're going to find more documentaries, docu-series, but there are a few indie films tucked in here as well. And then you have your advanced search and browse search, and then your profile. So you can create your own account within Access Video on Demand, and that will allow you to save things. You can save favorites. You can also create playlists, and then you can also create snippets. So if you want to save part of a video for showing to friends or just to look back to later, that is an option. So that's how you can save those sort of things. So I'm going to come down here and kind of scroll down just so you can kind of see what the rest of this looks like. There's always going to be different featured categories as you go through. Typically, it's going to be based on what's popular or what's kind of happening in the world right now. So there's a lot of stuff going on with Mars and space. So that's one of the features. It's Women's History Month right now. So that's going to be on there. Some recently added, Closer Look at Mars. St. Patrick's Day was a few weeks ago. So that's on there. COVID-19, which seems to be a topic that just won't go away. And then as we go down, you'll find Ken Burns and a few more things in there. So Ken Burns actually is a very popular topic because most people know him as the famous documentarian. So there are a lot of his documentaries here in Access Video on Demand, including one that we got to premiere here. So I'm just going to open that up so you can see what it looks like. Give it a second to load. Scroll down. So there's a couple of different ways that videos could look. This is one of the ways. So if it is a series, it'll be broken down into individual videos like this when you click on it. So you can get pieces of a series. So if I were to go into Modern Marvels, usually that's going to bring up several options for series because it is a long-standing series. This is a documenter that was broken up into several individual titles. So we'll just go into this very first one. Let it load in. And so when you get in here to look at a video, if you want to watch the video, just click play and it will start going just fine. Down here on the bottom is your navigation. So your play, you can mess with the volume. You can see how much time you've got left or has passed. If you need to turn on closed captions, if you want to speed it up, you can do that or slow it down. Some settings. So if you need to adjust resolution, this one over here on the far right is how you can go full screen. And then just below that, or you can share. So if you want to share it through email or something along those lines, there are options in there. You can add it to your playlist or your favorites. So that's what you would use that account for. You can cite this. So if you have somebody who's doing a project or a research project, a research paper, any of those things, it will actually create some citations for you, which is super nice. And then there's an option to create segments. So if you want to just save a chunk, you can do that. And then over here on the far right is sort of a navigation through the video. So you can see the full program. You can see that there are a bunch of individual segments. If I can scroll down. So if there's just a piece that you want to watch, so maybe you're really curious about Jimmy Rogers or the Jazz Age, you can just click on that and it will jump to that part in the video and you won't have to worry about watching the whole thing if you don't want to. And then at the top of this, there's an option for transcript. And this is literally a typed out transcript for the entire thing. So if you want to read in addition to watching or just, give yourself a text and the video so you don't have to have the sound on maybe, and you can download this. So you can hold on to that if you'd like to. I'm going to scroll down a little bit. And then this, just a description of the video, any tags that go with it. You can find out the information about the producers, when it was put out, even some grades that it might be appropriate for, because there is going to be some content in here for younger folks. And then as we scroll further down, there's options for things that you might like in addition to this. So in this case, it's going to be primarily more of just the same series or this video. And then at the bottom is just information. So that is Access Video on Demand in a nutshell. And I hope you enjoyed it. So thank you for joining me yet again for one of my little quick introductions to something. I hope you take a moment to kind of go play with Access Video on Demand and find some of the awesome videos in there. There's some really great stuff tucked away in there. It's not all educational. There are actually some exercise videos and fitness things in there as well as some just kind of entertainment or vaguely educational things. So one of the things I found in there was the Chernobyl series from HBO is in there. So you can go watch at least part of it. So if you like this video and you want to watch more like it, you can find us on Facebook. We are on the MCPL 360 page, and our new videos premiere there every Tuesday at 2, Wednesday at 1, and Friday at 1. And then you can always find any of our videos past and premiering on YouTube. Just search for MCPL-Mo, and you can find us. Thank you. Have a good weekend.